I feel like a lot of people undermine the importance of mental illnesses, and this is exactly why they should never be taken lightly. Audie Sanchez was a 33-year-old mother of a 3-week-old baby. She had severe mental illnesses but was never given proper care for them. She started to hear voices in her head and became very paranoid. These voices were telling her that she needed to get rid of her baby because the devil was inside of him. Once she started hearing these voices telling her these things, she tried to admit herself into a psychiatric hospital, but they denied her, sent her home with some medication and told her, hey, you're crazy, but you're gonna have to deal with it by yourself. Audie was aware that these thoughts weren't normal. So when she would feel like she might do something bad to her son, she would give him to her sister. But her sister would give him back to Audie after she thought Audie was good again. Although she knew Audie was having thoughts about harming her own son. She knew about Audie's severe mental illnesses as well. Their whole family did. There were several warning signs, but the baby was never taken out of her care. And this led to a devastating outcome. One night, Audie was staying with her mother and sister after she got in a fight with her baby father. Audie's sister had woken up to some loud screaming. It was Audie screaming after she had cut her son's head off and ate part of his brain. So I've seen a lot of people reviewing Shop Miss A where everything is only $1. You can get bath bombs, you can get jewelry, headbands, literally everything. You know I had to go a little bit crazy. So let's go ahead and check what's in this bag. Bear with me, you guys. I got a few things. This is a makeup brush set for $1. These cute comfy slippers were $1 as well. I got myself some beauty blenders and a beauty blender holder. Tell me this isn't the cutest thing ever sitting on your desk. Basically helps prevent wrinkles so you don't age like a banana. I got myself some cute soap bars and they smell so good. Then I got a little baggie to put everything inside. All of these items were $1 and it's such a steal. If you're not already shopping there, you're definitely missing out. You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything about this, but TikTok keeps putting my videos under review, so I'm about to start some shit. I saw this a while ago when I was gonna mind my business, but it's getting ridiculous. TikTok, if you don't like my black ass, just go ahead and say it. There is a sound on this app where literally titties, bro, and I mean they are there. They're visible right in front of you. Hold on. They just sit in there. Under this sound, which I'm not going to show because people are going to go run to go look, but I can't even show it, bruh. Oh, she pops her whole entire titty out. And this was posted then. It was posted in April and it's still up. But my video is under review because I'm wearing this. If you don't like bad bitches, say that, TikTok. Because I'm feeling like hate crime, bro. All you see is nipples. All you see is nipples under that sound. Am I the only person that has seen that? Why is no one talking about those videos? I really hate when I look good in a video and then there's those girls in the comment section that are like, I really hope this doesn't show up on his For You page. Shut the fuck up. Part 2 of the trio that killed their victims and fed them to their neighbors. After the trio had killed a 17-year-old mother in front of her 18-month-old baby, then fed the remains of the mother in pastry form to the 18-month-old baby, they took the baby in and raised it as their own. Thankfully, their whole scheme ended when one of the women tried to use a credit card that belonged to one of the victims who was reporting missing near their home. Like, how dumb can you possibly be? When they searched their home, they dug up their garden and found 2 bodies of a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old woman. When all the news came out about how people in the community had eaten their own neighbors' remains inside these pastries that they had bought from the trio, so many people were upset. Upset ain't even the word. But the man in the trio's brother claimed that he couldn't have done this to the women because his brother was a vegetarian. But eventually the man and the 2 women in the trio confessed to their crimes. They said they did what they did because they claimed the women they killed would eventually give birth to thieves and lowlives and claimed they were controlling the population. The man and 1 woman in the trio were sentenced 71 years in prison and the other woman was sentenced 68 years. And a shocking discovery, the police chief in charge of the investigation discovered that he himself had eaten the murdered women's flesh. Today I want to tell you guys something new that I've been trying out for a while now that's improved my life for the better while I use products from the new Wet n Wild Wild Crush collection. This is going to be a story time of how I popped my bad sleep schedule cherry. I've always had a bad sleep schedule ever since high school. I would fall asleep super late and would never have energy for school the next morning. And then when I got home, I would have to make content for you guys, do my chores, and do my homework. And a lot of the time I was just way too exhausted, so I would just plop up on my bed and fall asleep for a long time because I didn't get any sleep the night before. Which led me to fall into a loop where I would wake up at 9 or 10 p.m. and then I'd stay up all night, go to school, and then I'd sleep for the whole day after school. Then I would stay up all night again because I slept all day. I decided that I needed to get a grip on myself because it was messing with my content making, my organization, my grades, and my energy. I finally started sleeping on time, although I do struggle with it sometimes till this day. But when I started to at least try, things definitely did change for the better. I had a lot more time to do the things that I needed to do and got them done when they needed to be done, and I also had a lot more time for my hobbies like practicing makeup. And if you're wondering where I got the products that I'm using on my face today, you can get them at Target or wetandwild.com. This is going to be part 2 of how I lost my virginity to my college professor who is married. So like I said, he calls me one night and invites me to his house. He said we were getting along really well and that he never did this to any of his other students, but since me and him created such a special bond that I was an exception. So I was like, your fine ass, sir, I will speed. Let me grab my keys. He gives me the address, I show up, and he lets me in. We sit down and we just start talking about anything. He shows me around his house eventually. As he's showing me around his house, we get to some pictures on the wall. That's when I found out that he had a wife. Immediately no. Nothing else happened and I made an excuse refuse to go home. He texts me and says that it sucks that I had to go home. He wishes we could have spent more time together. I told him that was most likely the last time we were going to spend together since he had a wife. Because I did give a fuck at the moment. But things changed. Finding out he was married made me so uncomfortable that I stopped answering his calls and I stopped replying to his texts. I also skipped that class for a little bit because I just felt so awkward. One day the professor sends out an email saying that there was a mandatory meeting after school. I go to that meeting, but when I show up, me and my professor are the only people there. Like for part 3. So this is gonna be part 2 of how my parents found my OnlyFans. So I get home from hanging out with my friends and I see my OnlyFans on the TV screen. My mom is acting like she just saw the Holy Ghost. My dad is shaking his head, just mad disappointed. For some reason, my little brother was sitting over there on the couch. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? What is this? Why would you put it on the TV? Our TV was a smart touchscreen TV and you could connect your phone to the TV, but I didn't understand why it was on the TV screen with my little brother right there. My mom's yelling at me like, so is this what we are? Is this what we do? She's telling me if I'm going to be acting grown, then I'm going to have to find a different place to stay because I'm not about to represent our family like this. So I told her that it was just a quick way for me to make money and she told me that I was lying. And then she proceeded to show me a text message that she got from my boyfriend telling her that I had let his friends subscribe for free and that I was going down the deep end and I need to be talked to. I don't know if I said ex-boyfriend or not, but it was my ex-boyfriend who had sent her that text. So I told him that I would delete my OnlyFans, and this is what I said to my ex-boyfriend like for part 3. So this is going to be part 4 of the time my friends and I waged war on the nastiest girls at our high school. So after my friend had pissed on those girls' clothes for giving her an STD, one of the girls got a really bad rash for wearing those clothes and had to be hospitalized. Now, I would have said that my friend went too far if it wasn't for this. So my track team ended up going on a camping trip, and the coach told those girls specifically that if they wanted to go on the camping trip, that they were going to have to be hygienic. They were going to have to take full-on showers, they were going to have to brush their teeth, they're going to have to bring a change of clothes, and me and my friends had hoped that they weren't going to come on this camping trip so we could have our fun. But they actually agreed to being hygienic, and so they came on the camping trip. I'm still taken aback at the events that happened on this camping trip. So we're on the camping trip, we're like the 3rd day in. We sat around the campfire and made s'mores, and then we all went to sleep in our tents. Me and my friends, we all shared a tent. All my friends were asleep, but I wasn't asleep yet. I was still drifting asleep, and then I heard somebody open our tent. It was kind of dark, but I could still make out who it was, and it was one of those girls me and my friends were beefing with. She gets to where my friend is sleeping and squats down, and she takes a shit right on my friend. Okay, so this is gonna be part 2 of my last video. I jumped over the driver's seat. My mom pulled me back into the passenger seat. At that point, we drove out of the drive-thru, went to McDonald's instead, and went home. But let me clarify something. I kept telling this lady my mama wanted Coke, okay? Ain't nobody asking for no cock-a-doodle-doo at 7 a.m. She was gaslighting us like she genuinely thought that we was fucking with her and that we meant what we meant, and now we were trying to switch it up. And then she was yelling, talking about she's refusing a service, and I was like, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But I did clarify what my mom meant. And she was being mad aggressive. She was like, ma'am, if you continue to flirt with our young employees, we're going to have to call the police. Like, bitch, pipe down, bitch, pipe down. Like, just being mean as fuck. Like, do you want to fight? That's what I was getting. If it was just she didn't want a service because she genuinely thought that we was messing with her, she could have been nice about it. It was the attitude for me, like, where's this coming from, man? I get you're cranky, but we all fucking hate our lives. Fast food workers really do not get paid enough. I understand, but chill the fuck out, bitch. It ain't ever that serious. This is gonna be part 3 of the time my stepbrother killed our dog and fed it to us for dinner. So like I said, I started looking around for the dog. I asked my little sister if she's seen her. She said no. So I asked my stepbrother and he says no too. Somebody fucking lie. Who the fuck is lying? Cause it ain't fucking me. Let me fucking stop. Okay, so we trying to find this dog. I call my dad. He says she probably ran away, but no one let her outside that day. And I know she didn't just go outside. So the days pass and we're still looking for her, and we hang up missing posters. I got my friends to help me. My dad's looking, my stepmother, my little sister, and even my stepbrother. As time goes on, my little sister and I begin to fall sick. We go to the doctor. They say we have stomach problems. They said it was probably from something that we ate. And I'm thinking to myself, what abnormal thing did I eat? That random slab of meat. Because there was no groceries. Where the fuck did he find that meat from? So I'm putting pieces together. You know, we're falling sick. The meat was hairy. Our dog is missing. Eventually, my dad ends up finding the dog, but it was dead and cut up.